Oh,
And
the
secondly,
text scroll? The fucking Star... I'm not gonna lie. The Star Wars text scroll is an iconic piece of history. But that's all it is. It's a piece of history. And we need to move on. Okay? We need to move on. It's an iconic piece of media history. And we need to move on. We need to move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. It's iconic. It's cool. You don't like I'm saying it's iconic, okay? I'm saying it's iconic. It's not like I don't hate it. I'm not a hater of it. I literally think it's an iconic piece of fucking movie history. The Star Wars with the scrolling text. It's iconic, okay? However, we exist now, okay? In the generation of people that can't watch a fucking 30-second clip on TikTok without simultaneously having Subway Surfers gameplay underneath and weird scratching images of someone like playing with like dirt side by side with the Subway Surfers with the actual video on top, okay? Our society has progressed past the point of our need for the text scroll, okay? We've moved on, okay? We've moved on from it. It's actually, that's not my actual take. I'm gonna be real with you. That's not my actual take. That was me just trying to be funny. I'm gonna be real with you. That's not my real take. My real take is that the big text scroll is okay if you use it for main series movies. Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 3, Episode 4, Episode 5, Episode 6, 7, 8, 9. Cool. Anything else? Forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. That's my actual take, okay? Just don't put it in movies that aren't those. The one thing that Rogue One did right. The one thing that movie did right. No freaking way. I guess I can up that movie's score from 1 out of 10 to 2 out of 10, okay? I didn't like Rogue One. I did not just didn't like Rogue One, I'm an avid Rogue One hater, okay? I'm an avid Rogue One hater, okay? I think that movie's garbage, okay? I think that movie's trash. I think it's a trash movie. I'm sorry. It's terrible. It's awful. I wanted to like it, but it's garbage. Honestly. Get better opinions. Stay mad. It's a terrible movie, okay? It's been so long since I watched it, so I can't even roast it properly, okay? My favorite part about Rogue One, okay? I'll tell you the exact scene in Rogue One that I love the most, okay? There's a scene in it where we're in the final battle, okay? We're in the final battle of the movie, and shit's going down. It's the very end, okay? It's the big final battle. It's the third act of the film, okay? People start dying, okay? Protagonists, main characters start dying, okay? And mixed in with these protagonists dying, okay? There is a space battle happening, and there's a battle happening in outer space or something. And there's like cutting between like people getting killed, and then the next shot is like some literal monkey alien going "Wah!" flying his fucking spaceship, screaming, and I could not just not laugh. I'm trying to you're trying to set the tone of it being silent, and then every 3 seconds there's a screaming monkey in a fucking in a spaceship. Okay, They couldn't take a break from the humor for 5 minutes, you know? Like, they're like, we have to remind everyone that this is a kid's movie, okay? We have to remind everyone that even though these characters are dying, it's a kid's movie, okay? It's a kid's movie. Second thing I hated about Rogue One, the characters, okay? I can't think of a single likable character, which, if the climax of your story is going to be killing off every single character, I think it would be a good move to make your characters likable. That's just my opinion. I think it was a bold choice by the director of the movie to make you like not give a shit about any of the characters before they started trying to make it a big deal that they were dying. I think that was a really bold choice, but I don't think it worked. I think maybe if a single one of the characters was likable, maybe I would have felt a shred of emotion when they all died, okay? The droid, I didn't like the droid. The droid's jokes were, haha, I'm a robot, lol, haha, I don't find funny things that people find funny. And when I say something serious, it sounds really serious, but I don't mean it super seriously because I'm a robot. That was the droid humor. Haha, I'm a robot, by the way. Did you forget that I'm a robot and I act like a robot because I'm a robot? That was the droid humor, okay? It was garbage. It was garbage, okay? It was garbage. The two main protagonists, the girl and the guy, the fucked up thing about the movie is I can't even remember any of the characters' names. Mads Mikkelsen. Is it Cassian? I didn't watch Andor, no. Is it Cassian? That sounds like what it is in Andor or something. Jyn Erso. That sounds familiar. Maybe I'll remember that. Maybe that one sounds familiar. Cassian Andor. Oh, okay, I actually got that one. Okay, cool. They are so unlikable. They have a big conflict at the halfway point in the movie. The two main characters, Jyn and Cassian, have like this big conflict at the halfway point in the movie, and they kind of never actually resolve this conflict, but then just like each other afterwards, and they're on the same side now. But they never kind of like, I don't really get it. They had this big conflict, and you thought like something would happen, and then they just both kind of go, yeah, you know, yeah. And Jyn is like, no, I'm a full-fledged rebel. I've fully changed. Because like, but what did that mean? What did that mean? It meant nothing. Okay? No, there is a reason to fight. That's not how it works. That makes no sense. That's not how it works. Okay? That's not how it works. If we're having a fight about a fucking, like, teddy bear of mine, okay, that I love, and you're like, it's gross, we need to throw it out, we need to throw it in the garbage, it's gross. And I'm like, but I love it, it's my favorite teddy bear, I've had it since I was 3 years old. I love it so much, it means so much to me, it has so much sentimental value. No, it's gross, it's bacteria, we need to throw it out or we're gonna get poisoned. And then someone breaks into the fucking apartment and rips the teddy bear into shreds and then sets it on fire and burns it. And then I come home and I'm like, oh, well, I guess that solves that conflict. Guess you don't have to argue about the teddy bear anymore. Okay, cool. That's not going to lead to any lasting challenges in our relationship in the future. It's just a one-off incident, you know? Doesn't show that, you know, doesn't show that there's potentially, you know, any future conflicts that might occur. Let's move on. Garbage movie, garbage characters, terrible plot, stupid humor, awful. I didn't even vote, okay? If I voted, you would have known that I was right, okay? If I wanted to be right, you would have known I was right. What about Last Jedi? Last Jedi may be... Wait, which one's Last Jedi? Let me just double check. The Last Jedi. That's the second sequel, right? Not the last one? I didn't like The Last Jedi. However, I didn't like it for the... What I didn't like about it was the things that I think are completely reasonable, that are completely reasonable to dislike about it. I liked things about it there were a couple things about it that I thought were good. There were a few things that I thought were pretty terrible. So the obvious things, hello Brady, the obvious things about Last Jedi that are terrible. We can just speed run these, okay? The pacing is pretty terrible, okay? It's way too long. The pacing is pretty terrible. The casino whole side plot is pretty terrible. The whole casino side plot is terrible. That whole part is terrible. There was a big death fake out, right? There was like a big death fake out the whole time. That was pretty stupid. The spaceship chase was really stupid. The conflict on the ship where like they were having like this huge conflict over literally nothing. Like why didn't the girl just tell the plan from the beginning or something? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That wasn't like obviously, like, why wait till it turns into a mutiny? Why not just say, well, I have a plan the whole time? That was weird. The things that are not valid criticisms, we can sort them into two buckets, okay? There's valid criticisms, not valid criticisms, okay? Not valid criticisms are the weird nerd shit, okay? Like, oh, Leia in space using the Force, that's fucking weird. I don't care. Grow up. Get over it, okay? Oh, the hyper speed thing. Woo, explosion. That makes no sense. Grow up. Get over it. I'm sorry. I don't care. Nerd shit, okay? The Luke is a fucking loser. Why isn't Luke this badass, super cool, grizzled man who can do anything and has never suffered a failure and he's not afraid of anything? Get over it, okay? Get over it. You're stupid. You're dumb. You're stupid. You're stupid. Okay? You're stupid. And you know you're stupid. Okay? What else? What else was what else was a invalid criticism that I can think of? Too much diversity. Minecraft. Yourself. Ray's parents. I was going to talk about that and what I was going to praise, actually. I wasn't going to put that in the like, not a valid criticism. I was just going to praise that, actually. The best part of Last Jedi, in my opinion, is pretty simple. It's the Kylo Ren, Rey, personal drama. I'm losing some frames, but hopefully you can still hear me anyway. The interpersonal drama between Kylo Ren and Rey is the best part of the movie. Also, I like Luke. I think Luke is a cool dude. I like him in that movie. I like that he's kind of an asshole. I like that he's kind of like traumatized. I think that's cool. I think that's a cool direction to take the character. I think it's cool. It's not boring. It's interesting. The parent twist, and I'm going to call it a twist because it is a twist. The parent twist where they reveal that Rey's parents are literally nobodies and she just got sold for fucking drugs as a child is an excellent twist, in my opinion. I think it's excellent. Where the scene, I still remember it. That's how good it was. Okay? The scene where Kylo Ren tells her, he's like, you're nothing. You're nobody. You come from nothing. You're nobody. You're a nobody. That's a great scene, in my opinion. I think that's That's excellent. I think, I don't remember where I watched this. It was a long time ago. I saw it in a YouTube video. And I'm parroting this opinion. It was a very long time ago I saw a YouTube video essay on it. But I think the line was, that I remember, was the reason it's an effective twist is they drew a comparison. I'm sure people have seen this video, because if I've seen it and I only watch really mainstream, like, show, but anyway. But they made a comparison to the Empire Strikes Back twist, where the last thing that Luke wants to be told, when Darth Vader reveals that he is his father, that's the last thing Luke wants to be told, because it's crushing to him. And in the same manner, the biggest thing that Rey is afraid of is that she's a nobody and that she's not important. She means nothing. That's the last thing she wants to hear. So when they tell her that, it's sad. It's really sad. That's cool. That part of the movie's good. The rest of the movie's bad, okay? The rest of the movie is bad. You don't get a pass on a fucking... what's the runtime? The Last Jedi runtime. What's the runtime? You don't get a pass on a 2.5 hour movie, okay? Because 30 minutes of it are good, okay? You don't get a pass on your movie. I'm sorry. You don't. Okay? You don't get a pass on your movie. I'm sorry. That's just it. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. If most of your movie's bad, I don't care if you had some big highlights. Okay? You're getting a 6 out of 10 at best. Okay? You're getting a 6 out of 10 at best. Moving on. Moving on. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. When I was a kid, I loved Star Wars, okay? The Sacred Text. When I was a kid, I loved Star Wars. I remember telling people this story, but when I was like really, really young, me and my older brother went to go see The Phantom Menace. The Phantom Menace. 1999 film. I was 3 years old. Just under 4. No, it was released May? I was 3 years old, okay, when we went to go see The Phantom Menace. And we watched it, I think, in the theaters, like 3 or something times. We went back to go see it multiple times. And I don't have any memory of this. Literally, I have no recollection of this event. But apparently, on the final viewing that we went to, me and my older brother brought lightsabers with us. And we're having a lightsaber fight in this theater while Darth Maul was having the final battle with the two. With the Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. When I was like 3 years old. We were fucking whacking each other with lightsabers in the theater. The prequels did only have appeal to kids, but they were fucking cool to kids, okay? I'm sorry. That shit was tight, okay? That was a banger, okay? 3-year-old Aoife whacking her fucking brother with a big glowy stick in the theater while people stare at us and are wondering, why are these kids so out of control while they're just trying to watch a goddamn movie? Incredible. The prequels, you can MST3K in the theater and no one cares. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I need to pee again. They were only 10 minutes into this video. We're only 10 freaking minutes into this goddamn video. Jaguar's a boomer, he hates prequels. That is true. Jaguar is a boomer, he hates prequels.
Saber fight.
But those are so cool.
Part of what made Andor...
What's the point of watching Star Wars if they're not gonna have a big lightsaber fight? Can we get honest? Can we just be real? Name one good Star Wars movie that didn't have a cool lightsaber fight. Phantom Menace. Can't think of one. What's my accent? It's, I'm from Northern Ireland.
So refreshing. It's just people. I get the temptation to tie yourself to something strongly associated.
Oh my god, the Yoda? Yoda?
Also,
no
oh
way.
My god, are people tired
Yoda's?
Third, because the logo needs to be metal faces, it's mostly either droids or Imperial helmets.
Yoda? Little animated Yoda? Okay, CGI flipping around Yoda. Now that's what I call a real movie. Okay, if your movie doesn't have a little green CGI man who can do cartwheels and flips while he swings a little mini lightsaber, I'm not interested. Top that. Okay, try to top that. You can't.
Result is that the logo is